Welcome back into another episode of Make the Cut with Ochs Napo, presented by Wisconsin Sports Heroics. I am Ochs, he is Napo, and today we were going to be talking about the Milwaukee Bucks. We'll be previewing the game Thursday against the Atlanta Hawks, and also going over the recap, on the game on Sunday against the Magic and that huge victory that we got without Giannis. But Napo, it's been about 2 weeks, man, since we recorded last. Just give us a little update on what's been going on in your life,
But before that, we have a little challenge for you.
So what we're going to do is we are not going to ask for you guys to subscribe and like the content. What we are going to do is we are going to challenge you to rock, paper, scissors, shoot. So, pretty basic concept. I'm going to go rock, paper, scissors, shoot, put out whatever I want to put out. And if you lose, you got to like and subscribe. That's it. You can still like and subscribe if you won or if we tied. But if you lose, you got to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe button. All right, ready. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Scissors. If you got paper, gotta subscribe.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, it's more the same pretty much. Just school and work, and then the podcast. I'm on spring break now from work, which is nice because I work in a school, so I got a little reprieve. But I still have my college classes, so it's not that much of a break. How are you doing, Oaks?
Pretty good, man. I am, just working, but yesterday I went to the Brewers game. As you might know, I'm a Cubs fan, so it didn't go out, didn't go the way I planned, unfortunately. Brewers games are always fun. I'll tell you what, dude, the beer, it's different at a Brewer game. Something weird. It's like it tastes different than it does like normally. Like normally, I just get a Miller Lite at the Brewer game. It's excellent, dude. Like, I nurse the heck out of that thing. You know what that means when you nurse a drink and you're just like,
yeah, because it's like $30 for a beer.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah. So that was fun, good time there. Obviously, the Brewers got the win, but we're gonna be talking about Bucks here. Let's go over the Magic game a little bit, but specifically, I wanted to ask you. Giannis missed the game again. He's now missed 5 straight games. How worried are you, and how worried should Bucks fans be about Giannis and his knee injuries?
That is a really good question. Luckily, the Bucks have been able to win some games without Giannis, so I don't think we need to sound the alarm quite yet.
Yep.
But it is worrying that he has been out so long, because normally when he misses games, it's not this long. Like, he missed 5 in a row, then he had played 2 or 3 before that, and then missed a couple. So the knee is definitely bothering him, and it seems to me that he is always trying to play every game, which is why I think he's been questionable every single game instead of out until the starting lineup has to be announced.
Yeah.
So I think he wants to play. You can tell that he wants to play when he's sitting on the bench. But if you watch him on the sidelines, he is in some pain with his knee, and with the way that he plays, he jumps a lot. So I would rather lose some more regular season games so he can get fully healthy for that playoff push. Because if he's out for the playoffs, there's no chance that the Bucks are going to be able to stay with the Sixers or the Nets.
Yeah, no, I agree. If I had to put a number on it, I'd say I'm at like a 6 out of 10, just because of the history there. He has a history with his knee. I believe it's the same knee that he's had injured like the past few seasons too, on and off. And like you said, I think luckily, it's a similar but not the same situation that what the Lakers are going through right now, with where they're trying to stay afloat without their stars, with LeBron out, but they've got both of their stars out. We're lucky enough to and I was thinking about, saying this to you the other night, man. It's just like, how lucky are we to have Middleton? You know what I mean? Like, the guy is always in the lineup. Like, even in games where I feel like, yeah, just give Middleton a break, he's always in there, And I don't feel like he's really getting talked about enough this year, just about how much of the load that he's been able to carry for us. Obviously, Drew Holiday has proven to be a huge upgrade over Bledsoe. Like, at the beginning of the year, when the trade happened, I think even I was thinking, like, maybe how much better are you really getting with Holiday? You're kind of getting a guy that does similar things, can play make, can defend, is a stronger guard. But Holiday is so much better. He's so much better. I trust him. I never trusted Bledsoe in a big moment. And he kind of like proved me to be right over the years that that he was here. But I don't know that we have to be all that worried about Giannis's knee. I'm at a 6 because of how frequently it has been a knee for him. But like you said, he wants to play. He's going to get out there. If he can play, he's going to play, which leads me to believe that this knee is probably something a little bit more serious than maybe it seems. Because Giannis is not the kind of guy. He's not a Kyrie Irving. He's not a Kawhi Leonard. He's going to play if he's healthy. And you'd like to see him out there. I'm glad we've been able to stay afloat. I don't know exactly what our record is, but I believe we're at least at like 500 here in the last 5 games since he's been out.
Yeah. Yeah, they're 2-3, so as close to 500 you could be.
So yeah, I mean that's it's not great, but Giannis, everything revolves around Giannis on the offensive side, and obviously anchors the defense. So we'll see, man. Missed 5 straight. Hopefully he can come back. Like you said, it looks like he wants to be out there when he is on the bench, but obviously in some discomfort. So just as far as the game, though, Sunday against the Magic, what were your takeaways just as a team in general, being able to not only beat the Magic, but romp them? Granted, they did throw in the towel as a franchise before the trade deadline. It's not like, and if you look at the box score, not a single starter hit double digits. That's just ridiculous.
Wow.
Not one starter hit double digits. So I think Mo Bamba led their team in scoring, I believe.
Yeah, off the bench.
So yeah, just give me, what were your overall takeaways of the game?
Well, like you said, it is the Magic, and after the trade deadline, they are essentially just in full tank mode. They lost their 2 best players, maybe 3, right?
Aaron Gordon, Vucevic,
and then Fournier. Yeah, they traded away their 3 best players. So it is the Magic. But I think it was a good game to get the guys some confidence. Like Middleton looked like he was back to his normal self after a shooting slump. He was still putting up points, but he was not shooting very efficiently at all. But he had 21 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal and a block on 61.5% from the field and 50% from 3. So that's the Middleton that we're used to. We are not used to the Middleton that's shooting like 20% from 3 and 39 from the field. I think this was definitely a good game for Middleton to get his confidence back, which is good because we got less than 20 games until the playoffs. And Bobby Portis off the bench with his 9th double-double of the season. I know Jordan Clarkson is probably going to win 6th Man of the Year, but you got to put Bobby in that conversation. He has been outstanding. He is my favorite pickup that the Bucks have made.
Is he your favorite player, though?
He's not my favorite player. Bobby is not my favorite player. He is my favorite pickup that the Bucks made.
Did it to throw in Patty C.
Patty C, always going to be number 1. But Bobby, I think he has earned more minutes, and I'm kind of surprised he's only playing like 21. Where you're looking at him, he's shooting 47% from 3. Granted, it's on like 3 attempts a game, but that's still good, especially for a big man. And if you give him more minutes, he'll probably get you a double-double most nights. He's averaging 11 and 7 in 21 minutes. Give him 25, he could get really close every single night.
Well, the crazy thing is we just have come to expect that we don't know what Bud's going to do in terms of lineups and minutes. He has been a great coach for us. Let's not get it twisted. He came in, turned us around right away. We went over this from day 1 on this podcast about how great of a coach he was. And back when we started this podcast, it was the whole Fire Bud train on Twitter, hashtag Fire Bud. Think about how long ago that seems. But I totally agree that Bobby needs to be getting more minutes. I think some other guys should be getting some more minutes as well. Obviously, Giannis better be getting some more minutes in the playoffs. Play him more than 30 minutes a game this year, please. But obviously you want to be careful with that injury. Speaking of the injury, though, I'm gonna assume Giannis will be out again Thursday against Atlanta. I'm not sure, but Mike is gonna be out. You think?
I would say more than likely.
He's definitely gonna be on the injury list.
We'll see where he is on Wednesday because he is questionable for Wednesday's game. But I would rather keep him out Wednesday, play him Thursday if he's ready to go.
Right, especially on a back-to-back. Yeah. But my question for you is, can the Bucks make the cut against the Atlanta Hawks and win the game with a healthy Hawks team who has been on fire as of late? They're playing well. They're 4 games above 500 now. Definitely playing better since Trae Young has taken a step back and kind of been more facilitator. So can the Bucks make the cut, pun intended, against the Atlanta Hawks on Thursday? Can they get the win?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough taking on the league leader in 3-point percentage, Tony Snell, but he's shooting 57% from 3.
Tony Snell.
So that's a little revenge game for him.
Never forget the greatest NBA set play ever made. The Giannis, it's like a dribble handoff basically to Snell in the corner. Money every time, dude.
It's definitely going to be a big test for the Bucks. We don't know if Giannis is going to play, but with that being said, the Hawks are nursing their own injuries as well. John Collins is probably going to be out. Gallinari and Hunter could also both miss Thursday's game. So that's 3 starters that they could be missing on Thursday. I think if Giannis doesn't play and let's say one of those 3 guys that are hurt play, I think it's going to come down to 2 matchups. It's going to be Drew versus Trae Young because that's going to be a huge test for Holiday. I know that Drew he's been up against incredible point guards in Dame.
He's got it.
And Steph, but Trae Young he's fast. He's really fast. He's one of the best young scorers in the league. You could say he's one of the best scorers in the league, period. He's 14th in the league in points per game. And then he's also one of the best playmakers in the league. He's 3rd in assists with 9.5. 25.5 and 9.5 as your starting point guard is insane.
In his 3rd year, I believe.
In his 3rd year, yeah. He has taken a step back point-wise because he was nearly at 30 last year, but his assists have gone up. It could be a lot of back and forth between Drew and Trae just because Trae Young's defense is abysmal.
Awful. Well, dude, he's 5'11". He's 6 feet, but he's probably 5'11".
I think Drew will abuse him on the defensive side.
As do I.
When Trae's on offense, it'll be interesting to see what'll happen. I think Drew needs to make him take tough shots, and that's definitely going to give the Bucks an edge. The second matchup is Brook Lopez versus Clint Capella. This is one of the matchups that Brook should be able to win. He's against a non-mobile, not really athletic Clint Capella. He can't shoot, so Brook doesn't have to worry about leaving Clint Capella open for a wide open 3 on the outside. But Clint Capella is a great rebounder and a very good defender. So if Lopez can win down low, I see no reason why the Bucks shouldn't win that game.
Yeah, I agree, Napo. I think, you said it. I mean, the injuries for the Hawks are going to be huge. Who plays, who doesn't play. Gallinari is a huge part of that team. So, when guys like that are out, and obviously John Collins and you said, was it Huerter that's out as well? Or is it
DeAndre Hunter?
DeAndre Hunter's out as well, so they're forward. Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit it on the head. Trae Young's development as a player has been pretty awesome to see. It's interesting that he's so good at getting his own shot when he's not a very big guy. You don't want to compare him to the Steph Currys of the world because Steph Curry is just on another level. He's kind of it's Steph Curry and everybody else.
Yeah.
But there's nobody that's been closer to Steph Curry than Trae Young. He can shoot from 30 feet. He can get in the lane. He finishes pretty well. He makes his free throws at a very high clip, just like Steph does. He's very good at passing, just like Steph is. The difference is Trae Young is a little bit easier to stop because he's 4 inches shorter than Steph. He's probably a good 15 pounds lighter than Steph as well. Obviously, Trae will develop as he gets older, and lifts more weights and all that. But I think I like our matchups across the board against them. I think Middleton. You look at who's going to guard Middleton. I mean, if Hunter's out, they got Cam Reddish coming off the bench.
Cam Reddish is out.
Cam Reddish is out as well.
He's been hurt for a while. I think he possibly could come back this week, but that's unlikely. Like four of their like 6 best players are all like, you don't know if they're gonna play Thursday.
Bogdanovich gonna guard him? Like, who's gonna guard him? You know what I mean? Like, I see a big game for Middleton here. I see a big game for Thanasti Antetokounmpo too.
Ooh, okay.
I really do. Lopez is gonna occupy Capella out on the wing. I think if they're smart. I don't think you don't play Lopez. You play Lopez 5 out. You don't play Lopez in the paint like he's Joel Embiid. Quick shout out to Joel Embiid because he's making it feel like it's back in the early 2000s with the dominant centers of the league. That man is insane what he's doing. Jokic is doing his thing too, but shout out to Embiid. All right, 36 points in 25 minutes. That's insane.
But I think you could play Brook in the post, kind of like Joel. He's shooting like 85% within 3 feet of the basket.
I just don't like the matchup against Capella. I like to take advantage of Capella's lack of speed and athleticism on the outside and the perimeter. And I think Lopez, Brook is pretty good at faking the 3 and going off the dribble. Like, he's not bad at it. You know what I mean? Like, he does it here and there. And I think that could be a key to the victory. So I think Drew Holiday, will be able to handle Trae Young. I really do. I think Drew Holiday is stronger than Trae Young. I think Drew Holiday is more experienced than Trae Young. I think Drew Holiday, is just from an overall defensive IQ standpoint, like up there at the top of the league. And I think there's no doubt that on the other end, it's cookies all day long. It's barbecue chicken, as Shaq would say. Trae Young can't guard a fire hydrant, dude. I mean, like, he's a great offensive player, but he's not guarding anybody on the defensive side. He's just not. You know what I mean? Whether it's an effort thing or he just is a little bit too small to do it, I don't know. But I can see what I'd love to see is to get switches with Middleton on Trae Young. Because if you do that and they allow that to happen, Middleton is rising up. You know how Middleton loves to do those turnarounds and then pull-ups off the wings, kind of similar to Kawhi and like where Kobe would operate as well. He's not even going to see Trae Young when he's shooting the ball. You know what I mean? Like, Chris Middleton's 6'7". He's not going to see him. 6'7", 6'8". So I like our chances in this game. But final prediction really quick from you on the game, against Atlanta.
There are a lot of what ifs. I think if everyone was healthy for both teams, I think the Bucks would come out ahead. I'm going to assume that Giannis, John Collins, and one of Hunter or Gallinari are going to be out. So I got to go with the Bucks. I think it'll be a little bit closer than one might expect based off of who the Hawks are missing. But I think Trae Young, he may not get up there in points with Drew guarding him, but he's going to find the open man, and he's going to give his guys some open looks. I could see Tony Snell doing pretty well against the Bucks. Just he has a history of it, of just draining threes on them. So I think Snell could possibly be a hidden sleeper for the Hawks in that game, but I would say Bucks by 5 at least.
Yeah, I like everything you just said there. I'm gonna go Hawks by 4. I'm gonna say Hawks 105, Bucks 101. A little bit of a low scoring game, but that'll do it for us, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in to this Bucks segment, and we will be back in a little bit here with another episode talking all things Eddie Lacy and wrapping up that. So thanks a lot for tuning in, and be sure to tune in to the end of the week when we drop our Make the Cut episode, because you never want to miss what makes the cut.